Hi there. Welcome to My Divine Compass. My name is Tara Fournier. I am the founder of MDC, and I am so excited for this new year of 2018. With the evolution of My Divine Compass in this new year, I've decided to start doing episode series. And so welcome to episode 1. My first interviewee is Rita Rooks. I am really excited to introduce her to all of you. And just to give you a quick little background, with My Divine Compass, really the whole foundation of My Divine Compass is basically me sharing my journey, my inner quest for the goddess within, for spiritual growth, for personal development. And I am all about connecting women with other women, women who I've worked with, women who I respect and who I value. And I personally have worked with Rita. I met Rita back in 2016. And she's going to be giving you a lot of information about her own background. But just briefly, I'd like to share with you, I learned about something called body and emotion code through Rita. And she'll go into that in a little bit. But this was a form of energy healing that I went through with her, that my husband experienced, that my daughter, who's 5 years old, got to experience with Rita. And it expanded into my mom, into my in-laws. So Rita is she's a woman you want to know because of the gifts that she has been given and how she can help you on your own growth, your own personal journey of healing, of releasing, of letting go of things. So welcome, Rita. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be interviewing you today. So thank you. Can you give the audience a little bit of a background about yourself?
Sure. I was a hospice nurse, and I used to feel a lot of things, a lot of energies and spirits. And I always, even as a kid, I always kind of blocked it out. And then I had a bunch of head injuries. I had some when I was a child, which I never even counted. I was a gymnast. And then I had a couple car accidents where I knocked myself out. I fainted in nursing school. I had all these weird accidents, always because I worked too much and too much stress in my life. And the universe kept hitting me in the head until I got it right. And then one time it hit me in the head and I never got up. I was in bed literally almost for 2 years. I always get emotional when I think about this. And I wanted to die, basically. I mean, I was so sick. I had to move in with my parents just to, sorry.
Yeah.
God, I never talk about this, so it's hard. So I had a friend who did cranial work on me in Reiki, but I didn't know she was Reiki certified at the time, but I just kept feeling that she was helping me, intuitively, but I couldn't afford to go a lot. She gave me a discount and it was really great, but I had to move from California to Arizona to move with my parents. And I found this great Reiki person in Prescott. I thought she was in Prescott, but when I called her, she said, no, I'm in Arizona. I'm in California now. And I'm like, oh, I just moved to California. So she goes, I can do distant healing on you. And I'm like, what is that? In the nursing world, you don't understand energy. So she did distant healing on me and I really felt it. Like I felt her work on each and every chakra. I felt my energy move. And by the 4th Reiki session, I actually felt this big cloud lift from me. And I was like, oh my God, I have got to learn this. So I learned Reiki and I loved it. And I started working on people distantly. But I still had a couple issues. I still had trouble driving. I was really nauseated still. I still was dizzy. And I still had fatigue. So I found out about the body and emotion code, which is really great for people who want to know where their blockages are, how they got them, when they got them. And it's really direct. So like if you have a brain injury, it's going to go directly to anything in your brain that's misaligned or off or imbalanced or has blockages. So I love that. So I learned it. I read the book. I got certified and I just worked on myself as much as possible. And then I started working on other people. And I found embodied emotion code, especially with disconnections. Sometimes we're born with a little bit of disconnection, like our physical body and our spirit body is supposed to be connected. And sometimes we have trauma from birth. Sometimes we bring stuff from past lives, if you believe that. all kinds of issues. When my daughter just had baby twins, and it was the greatest experiment ever, because I worked on them in utero from day one. I actually found she was pregnant, worked on them, cleared all this inherited stuff from them while they're in utero. It was so great. So they were born so healthy. The doctors kept saying, what did you do? The nurses kept coming in. What? We've never seen such healthy twins in our life. Full term, no problems, both over 7 pounds. Mom was healthy. It was awesome. And so I could tell that the boy was off a little bit. And so the little baby boy, Lennox. And so I asked, I'm very intuitive now. My head injuries, Steve, my fiance, says my brain was rewired. So I'm very more intuitive than I used to be. So I asked what was wrong, and it said that he was just disconnected like 3%. I'm like, how could that be? And it said it was from one inherited heart wall tract emotion, just one that he got from his dad. Because his dad didn't believe in what I was doing, so I couldn't release anything from the dad, right, when the babies were in utero. So I released that inherited heart wall tract emotion. Yes, we can inherit stuff, just like it goes right into our DNA, just like hair color, eye color. And I released it, and I connected him, and he instantly started nursing. So it really, I could, because he wasn't nursing right, so it was really easy. It was really great to figure that out really quickly. So with body code, there's so many things, we check energies, we check inherited stuff, emotions, trauma. We check to see if they have any pathogens or toxins, because everything is energy, everything, like even these little funguses we find in people. I find candida almost on everybody that I work on. And I think it's one of the biggest epidemics in America. It doesn't show up in tests. Even naturopaths don't catch it sometimes. I was going to a holistic doctor. I had a big fungus issue when I was younger. I was always sick. And the difference in just releasing it, and then I ask the body what it needs. So I ask the higher self, the subconscious mind. I do kinesiology, and I test them that way. It's a very easy way, because our bodies don't lie, right? Our higher self, whatever you believe, it's our subconscious mind, both. And so it's a very direct kind of a great thing if you want to know what's going on. Some people don't, some people say, just put me on the Reiki table. I don't want to hear anything. I just want you to clear me and get my energy moving. So I love to do both. Does that explain it enough?
Yes, it does. And actually, I'm glad that you brought up the word blockages, because I know what you're talking about when you say that. But for someone who doesn't understand body and emotion code or Reiki, or really energy healing altogether, what do you mean by blockages?
So, I can feel when people's energy isn't moving, or they have pain. I don't really see it, but I can sense how big it is. Some people, everybody has gifts, by the way, everybody. Some people can see their energy. Some people can feel it. Some people know it. Some people are clairvoyant. Some people can hear things, clairaudient. So I always tell people, and I suggest to whoever's watching this, please know that you all have intuition. Every single one of us. We just have to learn how to tap into it. Find it, figure it out, practice it, meditate on it. Really just ask yourself what's going on, and get quiet. It makes a huge difference when you can just be quiet and just listen. Sometimes that's all we need to do. Mm-hmm. Blockages is when the energy isn't flowing. Chinese and the Asian culture have known this forever. I teach Qi-Gong, and when there's no blockages in your body, they believe, and I believe, that you can't get disease. If the energy is completely flowing everywhere in your body, how can you get disease? I mean, energy has to be flowing in our body. And so our bodies, by the time it shows up physically in our bodies, our spirit part of our body, our spiritual part, which is huge, just as big as our physical, it already has been unhappy for a long time. So when you have something that's physically, pain or any kind of really like depression or anything, it's been a long, long time coming that your spirit hasn't been happy, So we have to find those imbalances. We check the mental body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, the physical body. There's so many things that we can check and release from very easily with body and emotion code and Reiki. They're both very similar. Reiki, I would say, is more subtle, and it's on all levels, and it's quiet. And body and emotion code is great for people who want to know what's going on We don't want you to relive anything. I just want you to bring it up. It literally comes out of our bodies. It's a negative energy. Some of my clients can see it and they say, oh, it's red or green, or, you know, it's white or whatever. All energy usually has some kind of color. And then we just release it, and then I check them again, and it's gone. And it's a permanent thing. So when we release it, it is permanent. Can we trap things again? So I try to teach my clients how not to trap things again, right? To allow yourself to feel things. You know, we're human beings. We were made to feel things. Wouldn't it be terrible if we couldn't feel any emotions?
Absolutely.
And so allow yourself to feel things, and then let yourself process it, you know? And then when you're ready to let it go, literally, you know, intent is everything in energy healing. You can help yourself so many ways by just releasing it intently yourself. You know, I mean, there's so many ways you can help yourself. I teach people how to do the sway test, which energetically is just like muscle testing. So if you're in the vitamin store and you don't know what kind of vitamin you need, you put it up to your dantian area, your belly button, and you ask, do I need this vitamin C? Is this the right vitamin C for me? And if it doesn't, if you sway forward, that's a yes. If you go backwards, that's a no. So it's a great thing to help yourself. I mean, you're not supposed to use it for the lottery. Ask for future stuff, but if it's your well-being, your higher self and subconscious mind will tell you and will ask you. It's just like the pendulum. You can use the pendulum same way. You know, you can use the pendulum on your chakras. You can ask a question. Just make sure that your arms not swaying and that it's balanced. So it's very similar. It's very.
That was a great explanation on what blockages are, and it has brought me to ask you to share with us, for someone again who's listening, who's trying to understand this, what kind of symptoms have people come to you with, just so that those who are listening understand. If I have pain in my body, this means this is an energy block. If I have a cough that I can't get rid of, what is this telling me? So just name a few symptoms that you see routinely in your practice.
Okay, so someone just came to me with a cough. She's had it for like 30 years.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, okay. So it wasn't just one thing. It was, you know, she had imbalances in her lungs. She had imbalances in her throat. She had imbalance in some bones in her thoracic region. And what I mean by imbalances, trapped emotions, mental energies, which is subconscious, almost kind of movies that run in our mind that we need to find clear. You know, it's just like if you get hypnotized. You have these mental energies that are in, you know that they're there, you just don't know how to clear them. So once we can find them, identify them, they literally come up out of our physical body, and I clear them very easily with a magnet. I can clear it with my hand, because it's all energy. It doesn't really matter. I use my governing meridian, which is the main governing meridian in our body. And it's very easy to clear people that way. But I mean, I have people come with back pain, people with depression, anxiety, you know, a lot of people that just feel stuck, they say, they feel stuck. I get that a lot. You know, any kind of, you know, I see everything from fatigue to pain to emotionals to everything. I've seen almost any kind of thing that you can imagine. I also do healing. You know, I have people from Africa, Pakistan, you know, California, Michigan. So I do distant healing works just the same. It's hard for people to understand that. But we are all energy, and we can connect to anyone. And I never connect to anyone unless I get their permission, ever, because that's an ethical thing. So I always give people's permission. I work on children all the time, adults, teenagers. I have a lot of teenagers right now. They are really quickly and easy to clear because they're not that old. Once we connect them and release any kind of offensive energies, you know, we can even have entities. We can have, you know, saboteur energies. We can have what we call disembodied spirits, which are human beings that are still hanging around us that suck our energy, that never crossed over. You know, there's all kinds of things that the body code I love is because it's so thorough, you know, because it checks meridians, everything. I just use my intuition in this body code program. And, you know, I look on the computer and I test people and I make sure I give them all their information. So they get all the information. I email it to them or give it to them. everything that we did.
Everything that you're saying is causing all of these other questions to come up for me. So I feel like these are the ones I'm supposed to be asking you so that people really get this. So I want to emphasize that you started off by saying you are a nurse. So your background is in nursing. This is very important for people to understand, because in the energy healing, that whole concept, some people are considering that, you know, this woo-woo, which I'm, you know, heard of that for years and well over that. But how was it for you to transition from, you know, this scientific background as a nurse into this basically other realm of understanding? Because I'm just thinking of all of these people I already want to share your video with personally. And so how was that for you?
Well, the universe, it kept hitting me in the head until I got it. Like, I was always a workaholic, always driven, always sick, you know, because I had all those emotions. I was always sensitive. So I felt everybody else's, you know, there's a lot of people that are empaths that don't know it. I never knew it. You know, now our generations know, but as young kids are like, you're too sensitive. You're this, you're that. But I was always sick, and so the universe kept knocking me down over and over and over. I mean, I had to get rid of a systemic candida problem and go to Mexico and spend my whole life savings getting well. They had to take my blood out, oxygenate it. Wow. So when I can find candida on people and release it and save them thousands and thousands of dollars, it makes my day. I do something called an energy evaluation where I check everything. It's like the biggest physical you get. But back to your question is, the universe kept hitting me in the head until I was down, and I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't even socialize with people. I couldn't, noise bothered me, light bothered me, everything bothered me. So I was in a dark room, literally, for 2 years.
Wow.
And I had to resolve a lot of stuff, right? And I asked God, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I asked God I was trying to die. I wanted to die. I felt so bad. And I tried everything and I couldn't get well. And I'm like, God, just please take me. And I don't tell this story very often, but I felt this gold light. And felt this gold light. I don't usually see stuff, but it was definitely gold. And I felt the most peaceful feeling that I've ever felt in my whole entire life. So I thought I was dying. I just thought I was dying. And I literally heard, it wasn't like a voice, but it sounded loud. It doesn't even sound right, but it felt loud. It was like, you're going to be fine. This all happened for a reason. Wow. And I felt like he just let me feel this peaceful feeling. And he goes, trust. I heard the word trust and felt the word trust. And then it was gone. The voice was gone. The voice I only heard for a few seconds, but the light and the peaceful feeling lasted for, oh my God, at least 10 minutes. And my dad was staying with me at the time because I was still in San Diego then, and he was watching, making sure I was okay. And I came out and he goes, oh my God, you look like you just saw a ghost. I go, Dad, I just did. I just felt and saw God. And he goes, you look like it. And after that, it just gave me hope. He didn't heal me. I didn't feel healed, but it gave me hope that I could figure this out. So little by little, I just prayed every day. I meditated every day. I listened to positive. I always told this, go to YouTube and listen to positive videos. You know, really just help yourself, reprogram your mind. I mean, I did readeries and prayed and just read and all the positive information I could. I never watched TV. And I just knew that I was going to be okay. And that's when I found my friend in San Diego who started doing massage or cranial and Reiki on me. And then I moved, and then I found the Reiki girl. And so please, wherever you're at in your life, don't ever give up, because there's a reason for everything. I'm so glad all that happened to me, because I'm such a better person now. I don't work as much. I mean, I'm still bad, but I try not to work as much. I'm just a different person. I just feel more peaceful. I know this is the reason why it happened. So I think, you know, the whole time I was in nursing school, I kept getting, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But I wanted to finish what I started when I was a kid. And I knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't believe in medication. So my higher self, my soul, hated nursing. hated it. I did love hospice though, because I was really felt like I could help people during that time. But my soul was not happy. So I just kept getting hit in the head until I got it. And I was very stubborn. I had to get it on the head way too many times. But then I got another January. And so the last thing that really helped me was CBD oils. Now I just love these CBD oils because I got another concussion a year ago this last January, and it knocked me back on my back again. I was like in shock, I think, for days. It was just a pure accident. Someone accidentally hit me in the head when I was in Tucson getting the crystals and stuff. And when I'm in Tucson with all those crystals, it kind of overwhelms me because that energy already is overwhelming. And then with all the people there, we were in this big, huge tent of thousands of people. And this lady was just talking with her arms, and she hit me really hard with her elbow in my ear. I felt like it went all the way to in my brain, in my inner ear. And when you get as many blows to the head as me, even a little hit to the head will make it bad. Like the football players get hit over and over and over again. You can't take it, even a little hit. And so I was in bed again and going, oh my God, I cannot believe this happened. I don't know what to do. I mean, I couldn't work. I mean, I have a company. I had over $2,000 overhead. It's like, what the hell am I going to do? Excuse my language. And a friend of mine said, you need to try these CBD oils. And I said, I tried them before. I believe in them, but nothing ever helped. I've tried like 5 of them or 10 of them, and they never helped. And I got a marijuana card. That didn't help. That made my symptoms worse. So I'm like, I don't want to. And then I needed a birthday gift for my mom, and I found a place in Chino Valley that had them. And so I went there, and they let me try them. And I instantly felt better. Like I barely made it there because I was so sick. And like I drugged myself there because it was Mother's Day, I think. And I was like, I got to get something for her. And I tried them, and my brain goes, this is exactly what you've been needing. And now this doesn't always happen. I want to warn people. It doesn't always instantly happen. For me, it did because my brain needed it so much. It's like a food. We have endocannabinoid systems, and we feed our body with these, and that's a whole long story in itself. But CBDs are very, very good for so many things, anxiety, depression. So I started taking them, and I couldn't start talking about them. So my clients were like, well, we want them. So I carry them in my office now. And, there's pills, there's liquid, there's paste, we have salves, we have all kinds of stuff. And I let people try it too. There's some with herbs, some with not. Ours are high quality. They're the best out there. And I literally I could have healed myself again with energy healing. It just would have took a while, and I didn't have time because I had all my overhead. So I didn't have time to mess around. Of course, I did work on myself the whole way, and it helped me, but the CBD oils really helped me quick.
Now, for those who don't know about CBD oils, you don't need a marijuana card to get them. And it's the hemp plant, not the marijuana plant.
Exactly. Yeah. Two different plants. Just like apple and oranges, they're both fruit. It's so confusing because you hear the word medical marijuana, which most of the time is from hemp, not marijuana. So it gets very confusing. I tried marijuana, and even though they said it was low THC, which makes you high, the psychoactive part of the plant, and they said it was high CBDs, and never helped my symptoms. So that's why I didn't believe in it. But when I tried the hemp plant, now the hemp plant's never been mated. They made the marijuana plants to make it high in THC, but the hemp plant's not been touched. There's only 0.03% of THC in the whole hemp plant. So we have products with absolutely no THC, which we extract, or we have some with just a little bit of THC. So this is great for pets. I give them to my dogs. It's great for cats, horses. Children take it for epilepsy and seizures. And so I love that we have a variety of things. We have several. We even have a vape that you can vape that has no THC, that just helps your brain quickly, helps your lungs, bronchioles. My mom with COPD does it. So there's a lot of different ways you can get it in your system. We also have these little energy chews. So yeah, it's amazing how many people don't understand, and I didn't understand that either. I had to get educated, and so I do have seminars on this where I educate people because it's really hard to understand. I also do CBD because I'm a CBD educator and a health coach. So I like to just sit down and chat with people and just give them all the information.
Yeah, that's great information. And don't you also have a Facebook group about CBD?
Yeah, it's called, I have two. One CBD for Health and one CBD Prescott.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Rita. You've given us such amazing information. I'm so excited to share this video because I've personally worked with you. I've experienced what you've done for me and for my family. And you are definitely one that I wanted to get out there and share you with other people so that other people can reach you so that they can find healing with whatever they're experiencing. Mine was a lot of emotion related. I have a lot of stored emotions from previous experiences in my life. And I mean, you helped me so much. I mean, we could really do this interview for 2 hours, and I could just ask you all these questions to get that out there. But what I want is for people to connect with you. So that's what you got to do. So you've just listened to Rita Rooks. So again, she was a hospice nurse who found energy healing. She's now a Reiki master. She's a body and emotion code practitioner. She's a health coach. She's a CBD oil coach. She's who you need to connect with, okay? So the way that you do that is you can go to her website, which is Attuned Master Energy Healing. You can find her on Facebook with the same name, Attuned Master Energy Healing. I'm going to read you her phone number. She's located here in Prescott, Arizona. But remember, you don't have to even live in the state to be able to connect with her. She does a lot of distance healing. So energy has no concept of time and space. And this is why energy healing is so important for people to know about. So her phone number is 928-237-5377. If you're here in Prescott, she's just recently moved her offices. So she's now located at 1129 West Iron Springs. That's Suite 102A. Again, that's in Prescott. And if you want to email her, you can email her at Rita@Attuned Master Energy Healing. Okay, so all of that information is going to be in all those links will be provided below in this video. So again, Rita, I'm so grateful that you took the time to spend with me and to allow me to share you with our audience. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tara. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to read your book. You have a great book called
Sacred Rebel.
Sacred Rebel.
Yep.
You read Tara's book. I can't wait to read.
Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. And again, thank you for tuning in to episode 1. And we'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.